Greetings, and welcome to Life Happened, the place where people send in their very personal life stories for us to share with you. My name is Stella, your host. Stories are important. They help us navigate our world and connect with others. You'll want to listen to this story until the end when I give my thoughts and opinions regarding today's story. Today's letter is from Abraham, and the name of the author has been changed to protect his privacy. Dear Stella, my wife and I are newly married. Less than a year. We got married through an introduction by friends, and we are not of the same religion. Since her family background is good, my family liked it, so we decided to marry. At first, everything was fine, but little by little, her attitude started changing. She is very stubborn, and she will always say no to whatever I ask her, and if not, she will be rude, even when it's something small. She will also talk back at me very rudely whenever I scold her for doing something wrong. This was most apparent during our first few months together, but then my family started noticing too, because they have been with us since the start. When we talked about this with one another, she would admit that she had a problem and apologize to me. I suspect that she says what you want to hear at the moment. Note, okay, this is the 21st century. Why are you scolding her? She will say things like, I don't want to be provoked into an argument. Or she will say, if I'm with you, I couldn't help it. Whenever we're out with friends, she won't listen to me talk. She doesn't just do this in front of my family, but also in front of her parents and my friends. When we argue, which is quite often, she will sometimes call me names, and then I ask her why. She'll reply that it's because I asked for it. Note, arguments can be divisive when you're married. As a matter of fact, at first, when our relationship was still new, I didn't mind her attitude too much because people change once they get married. But later on, as the frequency raised, so did the level of rudeness. I have tried being patient and understanding because she's young, and this is the first time for her, so I can't blame her for everything. Another thing is her unwillingness to make any effort in housework, cooking, cleaning, washing, etc. We were still very new in our first 2 months together, and I didn't mind much. But now that we're 7 months into the marriage, it worries me a bit. She doesn't cook when I ask her to, which bothers me a lot since cooking was one of our initial talks and discussions during courtship days. One day she asked me if it was okay not to cook because she felt it was too much work. Her reason being that there's only one stove and not enough space for 2 people. And when I asked her to help me cook, she said it was boring for her and that my family can just go out and buy food instead. Since then, she hasn't cooked at all. Note, as was mentioned in another story to Life Happened, a husband and a wife must share the household responsibilities. Do you? Now this reminds me of some books and audio versions we have listed below for your perusal relating to today's story. And now is a good time to hit the like button. Even though I have given her money numerous times, she still always says no whenever I ask her to do the housework or buy things for the house. She still makes excuses like, it's too much work, and I'm not used to doing it, so it will be difficult. Then again, most of the time, the house is always left unkempt, or old plates lying on top of each other inside the sink filled with dirty water and stale food. Then when I ask her why it's like that, she'll say the maids are not doing their work correctly or didn't clean well. But then again, we had another argument because if our guests visit us and see the state of our house, no one is pleased with it. But she is never ready to tidy the house ahead of our guests' visit. Note, this must be quite frustrating, but I'm still wondering what you do to help. This has been driving me crazy. At first, I asked my friends for help, but they said nothing could be done about a wife, so I stopped asking them for advice after that. Even though I have told her all these things before, she still does not change at all. Nowadays, she just sits around doing nothing except watching TV in the bedroom until it's time to go out and eat. This bothers me because I have to do all the housework by myself. Recently, my parents and even her parents started asking how come she's not cooking or cleaning. One of my friends suggested that perhaps my wife doesn't know what a wife is supposed to be. Note, wow, what a wife is supposed to be? She's to be a partner to you and yes, absolutely help with the chores. This is bothering me lately. The problem is when I complain about something, we don't get to communicate at all today, which makes the entire house unhappy and our relationship sour. But if I don't know about it, nothing will be done in the house because she doesn't know the right things to do. So I'm stuck between two problems here. Am I just being too sensitive? Should I try and let this go already since arguing with her doesn't make things better? I feel like our relationship is not that stable right now because I'm the one who's always making an effort to stay with her. But it seems like she doesn't want to do anything about it and prefers being a housewife instead. Even though I know she's young, she was given plenty of chances already. Yet she only makes excuses and never tries at all. Note: if you love her, then you will stay, communicate, compromise, have patience, and learn more about one another. At first, when we got married, there were still times when we'd laugh together while doing chores or just spending time alone. But as time goes by, these moments are becoming less and less frequent until they don't happen at all anymore. Whenever I ask her what games she has played today, this question used to start most conversations in the past, she'll just go, "I don't know," and change the subject. I don't know what to do anymore since I have never been in a situation like this before where I'm married, but we can't even stand each other anymore or find anything interesting in common, which worries me. Note: yes, it must worry you if you two can't even talk to one another. What would you guys do if you were me? Should I divorce her or wait it out for another year? Please help. Thank you. Abraham, thank you for your letter to Life Happened. I will now give my thoughts and opinions as to Abraham's story. I believe Abraham and his wife need some form of counseling and therapy. It appears that their newly formed marriage is on a rocky road to divorce if they don't manage to work out their differences. According to Abraham, his wife does nothing all day except what she wishes, and he is the only person who does the chores. Is this story as black and white as it appears? I'm not sure. We don't have Abraham's wife telling her side of the story, and I've always known that there are always two sides of a story, bar none. But if they cannot rectify their differences, then probably divorce is imminent. Abraham wishes his young wife to contribute her fair share of the house duties. Well, communication is vital to this relationship. Communication is vital to any relationship. And if there is true love involved, then they will certainly be able to come to a solid and fair decision as to the chores and everything else they may have disagreements on. Marriage is not easy. It takes work by both partners in order for the marriage to succeed. On the other hand, it also takes both partners to end a marriage. It's never one-sided, except in the cases of physical abuse or any other form of abuse or worse. Anyway, we hope that Abraham and his wife can work out their differences in a calm yet resolute manner. Thanks again to Abraham for sharing his story with Life Happened. We wish both him and his wife a long, prosperous marriage with great love and respect. Today's quotes are: "Marriage is a wonderful institution, but who wants to live in an institution?" That's by Groucho Marx. And "all married women are not wives." That's a Japanese proverb. So how did you enjoy Abraham's story today? Just scroll down and leave your comment, question, or even the answer to Abraham's dilemma. You know, we humans enjoy stories. They are important to our lives because they can help us to better understand our world, communicate, and connect with other people. And you right now have the opportunity to make a huge difference in Abraham's life by sharing your feelings and advice for him in the comment section below. And remember that by liking and subscribing to Life Happened, you will hear me read letters every week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which people send us, detailing their issues in their everyday lives. And if there is a topic which you would like to hear on Life Happened, please send us an email in the description box below. These are real-life personal stories, and people want and need to be heard. And this is a great forum for all to share their voices. Also, don't forget, if you have a personal story or issue which you would like to share with us, please send us an email using the email provided in the description box below. It would be great to hear from you. And we accept letters from anonymous authors, and we always change people's names to protect their privacy. Also, please watch other videos from Life Happened. They're full of people's sentiments, and they're great stories to listen to. We thank you for joining us here today, where Life Happened. See you next time, and have a wonderful day.